little Alessandra would do anything to like be in this room. And like now I'm here and I'm so grateful and just like being present in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like taking enough to like, I know a lot of times we're like running around doing one thing to another, but taking a moment to be like, you did this. All the things that you said you wanted to do, you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You're on this stage. You're taking this group picture with like these incredible, like renowned chefs and cookbook authors and TV hosts, and you're standing next to them.
Do you ever feel...
I thought you were going to say being on Love Take Two, but that's cool too.
Well, I'm also here. No, I'm here on Love Take Two too. That too.
Sometimes.
Just sometimes, the sequel is better than the original.
Mm-hmm. From setbacks to comebacks, this is Love Take Two. Let's go. Hi, Jose.
Hello, Jamie.
Welcome back to Love Take Two, everyone.
Hello.
All right, let's talk about who our guest is.
Oh, my
Because
gosh.
I am still just in joy and sunshine from this person. And I want to
Amazing.
keep this for the rest of the week.
For the rest of the month.
The rest of my life.
The rest of my life.
Okay, who's our guest? Who's our guest?
All right,
Jose?
you guys. Today it's Alessandra Ciuffo. She is a chef, a recipe developer, a full-on food personality who's been cooking on camera since she was in middle school.
Since she was 12 years old.
My kids are that age. It's
She
crazy.
is the cutest.
She got her start at just 12 years old on Rachael versus Guy Kids Cook-Off, went on to win Guy's Grocery Games at 15 years old, and has been cooking ever since.
She's a star.
She's a star.
She's just sunshine. I can't
Sunshine,
take it.
beaming. Now the face behind Flavors by Alessandra, I like to say with a little bit of Latin
Alessandra.
flair, has built a huge following by making cooking feel fun, chaotic in the best way, and actually doable.
Mm-hmm.
She knows her way around the kitchen, and we're so excited to get into all of it with Alessandra right now.
Pure heart, pure authenticity.
Multiple sports.
Is it take two or take down?
Take down.
Like,
I
what
take
do you
down-
mean multiple
It's
sports?
just too
like
many sports.
on TV or like
no, in
in
my
your
kids'
life?
lives. I've got one playing basketball and soccer, and then the
Yeah.
other one is playing soccer and what is it?
Tennis?
No.
Badminton?
Table tennis.
Table tennis. Interesting. Ping pong.
And then my other daughter is doing volleyball.
Yeah, it's all the. Yeah, I only have one doing all the sports, but she's
And
doing
she's in a
all of
show.
them.
And she's
Oh yeah,
she plays
that's
Matilda.
exciting. I might have to go see that show.
It's gonna be fun.
I might have to come because I
But
love
take
this.
take down the sports.
Take down. What's your take two?
Take two is going to be sunshine. We need more sunshine.
Less wind, more sunshine.
Yeah.
Less wind, more sunshine. Thank you. Thank you to the powers that be.
Because we had
Please.
a couple good days, and then now
We
it's like
did.
it's like
It messed with us. It
messed
screwed
with
with
us.
us. My take two is that you can bookmark like your TikToks. You can
Okay.
bookmark them and you can make like collections.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
a whole recipe collection now. Take two on that. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So
I've
if
been-
I
I've
don't know
been
what to
doing that too.
cook,
Yep.
I go to my bookmark and I'm like, oh, that video looks, and boom, boom. Take two on that.
I love that.
Take down. I'm still upset over this Grammy thing that happened. Sabrina Carpenter got snubbed in the Grammys.
Oh.
That album is fire. I love it to death. Me and my daughter jam to it like it's our job. She didn't get a single award.
Was she nominated?
Yes. I'm so upset for her. Sabrina Carpenter, you deserve all the love. Keep making the music. Take down that you didn't get one. I'm pissed off about that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were upset about this.
I love her and I love her music and I love that she's my height.
Okay. Her performance was amazing.
Amazing.
That was the best
All
performance
of
of
her
that night.
songs, that whole album, I love the whole thing.
I've not listened to it.
You got to.
I will.
You've got to.
I am now. I don't want to get in trouble.
All right, we gotta roll this tape with Alessandra because y'all, if you need something upbeat today, this is it.
Make you forget about Sabrina Carpenter getting snubbed at the Grammys.
I absolutely love Alessandra, and I need her in my pocket to remind me to stay positive
Yes.
for the rest of my days. I love her.
agree.
Yeah. All
Roll
right.
it.
Roll it. Let's do it. Hi, Alessandra.
Hello.
Speaking of voice, that you just got a velvety tone. We were just
That was
talking about our
velvety.
voices before.
I know my
we-
voice is like in an in-between point. I feel like it's not as strong as it usually is, but that's why I'm loving
It's
this.
beautiful. Everything about you is beautiful. I'm loving. We have been chatting.
We've been
This
chatting.
is gonna be fun.
We're both super excited to have you here. I have so many questions, but we wanted you to jump in on giving us a summary of what you see your take one, your bit of a transition, and then what your take 2 moment
Yeah.
is, like where you are right now.
Absolutely. So my take 1 was, as a kid, I loved watching Food Network and dreamed of one day being on TV. Found myself on TV and did a few shows and had so much fun doing it. And then my take 2 was Miley Cyrus is swinging on a wrecking ball. I don't want to be a child celebrity. Let's see if I actually want to do this. Graduated from high school, went to business school, wanted to get back in the industry. Boop. Social media changes as we know it. The media industry changes as we know it. Now, linear television isn't what it used to be. You have to learn how to do social media.
Yeah.
Now I have to learn how to kind of balance this new kind of world and figure out how to do it. My take 3 is I go to culinary school and I find my culinary voice. I start finding how I want to share my story, my message on social media, find kind of my niche. And now I am today like someone who's seen as an authority for cooking, education, entertaining. I use like 3 words to describe myself in what I do in social media. And I always say it's to be educational, approachable, and entertaining.
And you are.
All 3.
All 3. Wow, you're on it. And I've been stalking you on social ever since Jose was like, oh my God, guess who's coming? Stalking you. Your account is beautiful. And
Thank you.
And I was looking at all your stuff and the tape, the video of you watching your audition for the Food Network. You were the
Yes.
cutest little thing.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Thank you. That was a
Meant
crazy
for
video.
TV and so New York.
I know. It's actually so funny. Like
By the way, that's how I knew you lived in Queens. I was looking at the kitchen background. I'm like, that's a Queens home.
my family watches the video and they're like, where did this accent come from? Like, because I don't sound like that
No,
now.
you don't. I was thinking you were going to come in with such a strong New York
No,
accent.
I don't know what it was. It's so funny. I guess like I really leaned into that, but it's so crazy having that kind of moment. I think it's so special that it's kind of captured. You know, a lot of people say like, oh, I knew I wanted to be in this profession since I was a little kid, like yada, yada, and they say it, and maybe there's a picture, but to have a video and to have a vocal testament,
Yes.
like decreeing like, this is what I want to do with my life. And now like over 10 years later, I'm doing it.
You're
like
doing it.
it's crazy. Like
It's crazy.
it really like it's so genuine, that video. Like it moved me to tears. It's just a full circle moment in like the most literal sense possible.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I want to know how did you get to the point where you were actually auditioning for the Food Network? Like, how did that come to be?
I always say it's a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck. So I kind of had this personality. The word I used to describe it is truly rambunctious. I was like just always like from a young age, just very, very extroverted and loved chatting and sharing what I was passionate about. Fell in love with Food Network, was watching like Cupcake Wars religiously. I would go home, make cupcakes and like share it with my family and friends. Then it started making cupcakes for the neighborhood. And so for my neighbors, kids' birthdays. So it was kind of like known in my town that this is what I did. Like my mom's friend, her daughter like did pageants and commercials and like different things. And they were like, hey, we saw this like show that's coming out. It's a web series. They're doing auditions for it. Like, why don't you guys send in an audition tape? It was 2 days before it was due. We're like, what the heck? Why not? Like, let's do it. We filmed it in my kitchen. I'll never forget, with my mom and my brother. My brother's recording it. My mom's holding up like giant posters with like somewhat of a script that we're trying to do. I'm not following the script. I'm doing what I want. Like, it was just like such a crazy thing. But we're like, what's the worst that could happen? So we submitted, apparently out of like 1,000 applicants, they picked 8 of us. And so I was casted for this Super Chef Kids. And it was a web series, not even TV, but
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, it's
That's
my
when
foot in the
web
door.
series was just starting to be a thing.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? It's a great experience. They were great. Like Carla Hall was the host of the show, and like Aaron Sanchez, John Besh. So they were really good chefs. I was like, let's see what happens. So I do the show, and I get, I think, in like the semifinals.
You're
so
like
I don't,
11.
I'm literally 11 years old. I don't win the show. I come in the semifinals, but I have so much fun doing it, just being myself authentically. And then from there, this is where I call it the snowball effect in the media industry. One of the producers that was on that web series happened to be on the board of Food Network, who was launching this brand new show, Rachael versus Guy, Kids Cook-Off.
Yeah.
Because they had already the Celebrity Cook-Off for a few seasons.
Yeah.
And so they reached out to me directly. They were like, listen, of all the kids on that last show, like, we want you to be on this show. Like, we just need you to answer a few more questions, but like, you're pretty much guaranteed. So I didn't even officially like apply for that show.
They knew they
it was
wanted
just
Dang.
exactly from prior experience. And then truly from then, like, I'd not auditioned for anything else. You know, I went on to be on Guys Grocery Games and was on the Rachel Ray show a few times. And it was all then just like a
Oh my
snowball
God,
effect.
Just Your personality is so infectious. It really is. Like the moment in the video, in the audition video, I think this is what got you the part. Like the whole video, but when you were like, I mean, like I want to hang out with my friends, I want to play, but I have to train. And you're like cutting something. She's like, but I have to train. I got to keep training. I got to keep doing the thing. I mean, I adore you.
And then the video where you're like, okay, kids are just lazy.
Oh my gosh, I know. I like watch it. I'm like, kids are so lazy. Which also I am like, here, I'm going to testify this. And I've been saying that I'm going to do it. I have to do it either like this week or next. I think in the video I say, like, you know, kids are making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like they could be making duck à l'orange. I've never made duck à l'orange. Like now at 25 years old, I still have never made. But that was just kind of like speaking these like hyperboles, like even like larger than life. And I joke around because I feel like I'm now somewhat in the middle. Like, you know, at that age, I was like, I told you, rambunctious, like larger than life, like who I thought I was. And that personality came through, especially when I was on that first show. Then I was invited to be on Guys Grocery Games my like sophomore year of high school. And then I was like, hi, I'm Alessandra. Like, cause now all my high school friends are watching me. Like, you know, I care a little bit more. So I was like, very like, I'm Alessandra. Like, nice to meet you guys. Like 180, like very. And now I like to say that I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know when to be larger than life, but I also know when to reel it in. I'm a very empathetic person. I can kind of read the room. And so, now I like sit somewhere in the middle.
Well,
I love the larger than life.
I do too. I think what's great is there is something about like sometimes when you're younger and you have that spirit, and then as you get older, you start to feel maybe a little bit more self-conscious, and you're being told by society how to act at all given times, and then you sort of lose that side of yourself. But what I love about you is you can in everything that you do, even if you being in the middle, you can still feel that spirit of when you were a kid.
Absolutely.
Which is so wonderful.
Well, I think I always say like, and I dance competitively growing up too. And I feel like that also plays a big role. Like I was a musical theater soloist, which is like comes at no surprise given my like personality. But my dance teacher always used to say, because my mom and her would talk, and they were just like, what Alessandra has is something that you can't really teach.
Yes.
It's something that comes from within. I mean, of course, through practice and trial and error, you can kind of get there. But this is something that I've truly had since I was really young. It's a mixture, I think, of like this excited nature to most things I do. I think I'm just a really curious person in any capacity, whether I was in school, in dance, in culinary school. Like I've just always been someone who's really curious and genuinely wants to learn more and wants to understand it. And also just like that performative aspect, like, and it's very authentic for me. And it's so funny because my mom has like an even bigger personality than me in real life. Like I meet people and I'm like, no, my mom is me on steroids. And they're like, how is that possible? I'm like, no, you just have to meet her. She's even larger than life than I am. But you put a camera on her and she's like, hi, I'm Angela. Nice to meet you. I'm like, why are you talking like that?
At the dinner we met, she seemed pretty relatively tamed.
Yeah,
She was very, it was a dinner, right?
Yeah, no, but I mean, honestly, maybe she just didn't have her wine yet. Because then she like, you give her like,
say, put a little wine.
Yeah, you're like, fine. I think it comes down to it. I told her, I'm like, it really shows me. I'm like, Mom, I love you. But I'm like, when you do that, it's only in front of a camera that she really gets like that. And I'm like, you make me see that this really is a talent of mine, I guess. Because like, for me, it's so organic.
Authentic.
Like, whether the camera's on or not, like, what you see is what you get. That's as when we first met, you were like, I feel like I know you from social media. And I really pride myself that I'm like, if someone meets me in real life based on my social media, like it's the same person. There's no act, there's no facade. It's not like but that is a real thing. My friend was telling me that she shot with another creator in LA like last week, and he has like a whole alter ego persona. Like he puts on an accent, and then in real life, like which again, like some people do that. It's a show, it's part of kind of building your persona. But for me, I'm just like, what you see is what you get. It's 100% authentic.
Yeah.
And I think it registers. Because a lot of people kind of feel that like excitement, and it's like palpable that I'm like genuinely excited or authentic and true to myself with what I do. And
that's what makes you so lovable.
I have to tell you, when I was looking at the video of you when you were younger and knowing where you are now, I thought of my daughter, Lila, immediately because my daughter, she's 11 years old. And that girl has lived and breathed soccer from the moment she was able to kick a ball. And it's not a phase. I'm very clear. Like right now, she's the only girl on a all boys team. And now because she's 11, going to be 12, we have to start thinking about her being on an all girls team because she wants to go all the way. And not my words,
I
but
have chills. That's amazing.
and not her passion has always been soccer. And I'm very clear that that's what it will always be. And so my key as a father is to make sure I don't kill that spirit at any point and to make sure nobody else does that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's clear even meeting your mom and seeing your family and seeing the different various videos because you're all about family and gathering and getting together. And I could feel that energy around you and that support around you that not at any point was anybody ever trying to kill your spirit. And that's inspiring.
No, 100%. I have to say that's, first of all, that's so beautiful. I think that's so special when you know from a young age kind of what your calling is and what your passion is, and you're just relentless about it and not letting anyone else tell you that it's impossible. People are going to tell you, but you just can't listen to them. And I will say, I'm so grateful. Luckily, my family has always been super supportive in everything that I've always wanted to do and in every pursuit. And I grew up, my parents would always tell me, like, whatever it is that you want to do in life, follow it because success will follow that. And to me, I'm so grateful because I know that a lot of other people don't have that same kind of advice given to them or like that support behind them. So I'm so grateful for that. But that's not to say that there also weren't hundreds of other people throughout my life, whether it's like distant relatives or friends or teachers or mentors who have, maybe tried to sway me or say, is this a realistic path? Like, is this really what you want to do? But I think just being like steadfast and unreasonably optimistic. I read something the other day, like I'm a big manifestor. Like I truly believe that like my mom always used to say like visualization is materialization and like there's nothing too big. There's no such thing as being like, oh, that's too crazy. Like you just say something and you keep telling yourself that every day. And one day at a time, all of a sudden it's not so crazy anymore. Like we create this vision. There's nothing in us that's going to tell us that you can't do it. Like we're the only ones that stop ourselves. So it's so funny. Like I went to go see Chicago on Broadway because I loved watching Whitney Levitt on Dancing with the Stars. I've loved watching Dancing with the Stars. Been saying it, I'm going to say it again. My dream one day is to go on Dancing with the Stars. And then I go see Chicago and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think my pipeline is going to be, I'd love to get on Dancing with the Stars and then be invited on Chicago. So I'm like, and my boyfriend's like, he like is so amazing and I'm so grateful. He's so supportive. But he said to me after, he's like, oh, like keep working out your job. Like that's what's going to get you on Dancing with the Stars. And I said to him, and he's obviously very supportive, but I'm like, no, don't even dim my light a little bit. I'm like, I need you to be like, yes, you are going to.
Yes, honey.
Like, yes, you are going to do that. And it's so funny because then the next day I read something in an article and it was all about that like kind of unreasonable optimism is scientifically proven to kind of help you achieve your goals.
Boom. You are just a ball of sunshine. I can't with this. I'm like smiling ear to ear right now, just listening to you. You're just a ray of light. Listen, I love you.
I always say, I'm like, you know what? There's so many different ways we can look at things. Life's all about perspective. I've always been a glass half full. There's a glass half empty. There's a glass half full. I will always choose to see the positive. Not to say that I'm perfect every day, because believe me, I have my moments.
Sure.
Just like everybody else. But I think, I don't take my role lightly in the sense that I know that I have a lot of people who listen to me, who follow me, who take my advice. And I choose to use that for the positive. I wield that for the benefit of society. Even when I'm having a bad day, I'll just kind of like hold back from sharing anything. And then when I regain my strength or like have other positive things to say, that's when I share it. I always say everyone has a lot of shit going on in their life. I just choose to focus on the positive. And it's like these little things in like the words and the way that we speak to ourselves and how we talk to others that make all the difference. Like what's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen?
Look at you.
It's like such a small thing, but it's so true. I used to take these like Peloton online classes. I'll never forget like Jess Sims, her like doing like these tread boot camps. And she'd be like, you have to want it more than you fear it. Like, you don't have to do it. You get to do it. And it's like these little mantras.
You didn't come here to be comfortable.
Exactly. But you say it to yourself and it really helps.
It's true.
Give me the motivation. I'm like, I love that because that's like the voice in your head that you speak to.
Yes.
Like when you're, like almost done and you dig deep and you're like, no, I can do this. I can do this. And you do it.
And it's a practice. You have to practice building that muscle.
It's true.
Yeah. You are the thinker. You are not the thought. You are the thinker.
You are the thinker, not the thought. I love that.
My fitness guru, Patricia Moreno, she's passed. May she rest in peace. loved her to death. And that was one of her big things she used to say. You are the thinker. You are not the thought. Love
It's
you.
mind over matter.
Yes.
People don't
True.
realize how much we kind of make these decisions in our mind. And it's all like even like your mood for the day. Like if you just like science tells you like if you force yourself to smile, like it will put you in a better mood.
Yeah.
You put on a song that you love dancing to.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Boom.
How
Done.
fun is that? You
Yes.
just like dance, it puts you in a good mood.
Changes the mood.
Even walking around with like a half smile makes such a difference.
Yeah.
I had like a pretty crappy week last week, and I was like, I don't know, what's happening? Like, what's going on with me? I couldn't figure it out. I decided, I was like, I don't know what today was about, but tomorrow I'm gonna make sure I practice gratitude.
Yes.
And that is something for the last 3 mornings.
You're doing that.
I've been like, oh, it's really like I used to roll my eyes and be like, oh, be grateful you can walk, be grateful you can see. And like, but I'm like checking off the boxes in the morning. I'm like, amazing. Like I get to come here and talk to you today. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
I am so grateful to talk to you today. You just brightened my mood.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Immensely.
Thank you guys for
I
inviting
can't
me.
even handle
But
this.
it's so true. And also, like, I will say to that point, though, I think it's also, like, important for everyone at home also to know, like, it's okay to give yourself grace. Like, not every day
Yes.
is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like people hear, like, someone like myself saying this, and, like, you guys obviously agree, but it's like, no, don't get me wrong. I have my days where I'm, like, a
Yeah.
force to be reckoned with. I'm like, just let me, like, air out and on my own. And that's okay, too. Like, not every day has to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're allowed to, like, have a day where you're just, like, it's not it. And that's okay. And then you just get back. The important thing is that you get up tomorrow and you're like, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
You know, like just because you had one bad day or one bad week, like it doesn't determine the future.
Everybody needs a little Alessandra in their life. I'm going to carry you in my pocket just
Well,
for when I need you.
Let's get a little bit into the nitty gritty because we've always heard in the past of child stars becoming, can they get out of that shift and be successful as adult actors? Now we're living in this age of social media, which is a whole other thing. How do you manage that transition? Like you always want them to continue to be moved to do what they want to do. And for you, watching your stuff, I was like, oh, she transitioned in this really
Business
beautiful
school.
way. You were able to do that. I would say you're a pioneer in this space. You're one of the few young influencers that became popular, yes, on TV, but you had to transition into this whole social media world, and you're a woman, you're an adult, and you're successful. And so I think you're definitely like this person that people are looking up to because you're one of the first.
How'd you do it? And
So-
where did the business school come
So,
in?
so I want to hear, a little bit more about that, but also I want to hear a moment where you were disappointed, somewhere in the middle where there was a moment of disappointment and you chose to. How did you deal with it? How did you pivot? Where was the shift?
Absolutely. I think it's an important message because, it's funny because in terms of the social media game, like Flavors by Alessandra, I've been doing it for like 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, I've been in this industry for over 10 years.
Yeah.
15 actually, because I was like 10, 11 when I did my first audition tape. I'm 25. And so I think that's an important arc that people don't always understand. So while it's like, yes, I'm still somewhat of a novice or a beginner in the social media world, I've been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah.
It's just changed.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to change. And, I always say like, my best advice to someone doing this is just like, focus on your true north. What is your true north? What is your message? And the way that you deliver it will change inevitably in life, especially now that we're on the cusp of artificial intelligence and things changing. I always say you have to bend your knees and go for the ride.
Alessandra, not everybody knows what their true north is at such a young age.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, and yes, I was lucky that I kind of knew that, but also my path took different twists and turns.
Yeah.
And so like that, like to your point, you asked me like, what was that moment of disappointment? I could tell you exactly what it was. I'll never forget sophomore year of college. It's the first semester. So this is like September of 2019. I'm now a second year business student and I'm loving what I'm doing, but I want to get back into food. I was asked to be on the Rachael show my freshman year of college for like an episode again. Like, so I got kind of teased back into it. And I'm like, you know what? I really love, like Rachel had asked me when I was on the show, she's like, what do you want to do with your life? And I'm like, well, this is really cool. And so now I'm in college and in business school and it's rigorous and they're trying to kind of lead you to what you want to do post grad already, just like making internship decisions.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of starting to think about it. And this is like a little before, like TikTok's just starting, but it's not a huge thing. It's pre-COVID. So I'm like, I don't know yet. But then I get a call in January of 2020. And it's from Guys Grocery Games. And they're like, we want to invite you back on. Like, we'd love to have you shoot in May, I think. And I'm like so excited. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm going to get back in the industry. Like, this is going to get my foot back in the door as an adult. Like, now I know I want to do this. I've kind of taken my time. And COVID happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And so obviously
2
that
months
opportunity, that opportunity got squashed because no one was filming anything.
Yeah.
And more than that, so like that was a little disappointing, but that wasn't even the full disappointment. It was kind of like now classes are virtual. I'm home and I'm like watching this new social media scene kind of grow. And I'm like, as someone from a young age who knew what you wanted to do, I wanted to be like a media authority in the food space. I wanted to be a TV personality. All of a sudden, TV is less prominent. Social media is exploding. I was joking around. I'm a true old soul. So when TikTok started taking off during COVID, I was still like, what's TikTok? I don't know what this is. I'm not getting on it. Like, I don't know how to do this.
A bit of resistance.
Exactly. I definitely resisted it. And that was kind of like my moment where I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, like, everyone and their mother is now a food blogger.
Literally everyone and their mother.
Exactly. Like, literally everyone and their mother is now making food content, you know, garnering these giant audiences. I'm like, did I miss the boat? Because obviously in that those early days of COVID, when everyone was at home, was kind of like the time that people were just like growing into internet sensations overnight. And I was like, I missed the boat. I was trying to do YouTube videos, which like, if you don't have a YouTube following already and you're just kind of post a long form video, it's not going to grab the same traction. So my brother was amazing. My brother was recording and editing these videos for me. And it was mostly my family and friends that were like watching and supporting. But I kind of like had this moment at first where I was like, shoot, like, did I miss this boat? Did I lose my opportunity to find a way to do this job that I want to do, that I'm so passionate about, that I love, you know, for my life? Like, how can I get back in this industry? And so that was my like moment where I'm like, I'm hitting a low. I'm like, how do I figure this out? What do I have to do? And so I thought about culinary school. I was still in college at the time. And I have a lot, like we were saying before, like a lot of societal pressure. Now I'm in business school. Should I be trying to get a job at like a top 4 like company? Like, should I be getting a finance job? Should I be doing something like this education's expensive? Should I get a job right out of school?
Right.
So thought about culinary school, paused it. At the same time, I'm like, a year later, I remember in 2021, I like post my first like, TikTok trying to do this. I'm like, so many people were like, go on TikTok. And I was reluctant.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. Start playing a little bit with it. End up studying abroad. I like finished my college experience, found an opportunity to be on the founding team of this female-run startup in Soho, which was like my dream to work in Soho. It was an artisanal provision market, had a speakeasy bar in the back. I was the retail sales manager. It sounded, you know, really cool. It was like, okay, this is, you know, female, like entrepreneurial. It's in the food
Somewhat
industry.
in the sphere of what you were thinking your trajectory would be.
Exactly. It was like, it's a job. I'm getting paid to do it. Like, let's see how it goes. I go do it. And at the same time, I'm still kind of, at this point, like, trying to actively post more on social media, trying to find kind of like my niche in now a highly saturated market of so many people. I'm like, I don't know where my voice is. I don't know where I kind of fit a void in the market that's already so full, and there's so many people that are sharing such amazing content already. And so I started working at this place, and I just didn't feel like I was being tapped for my full potential while I was there. I just was, you know, I could tell that it wasn't 100% what I wanted to do. And my boyfriend said to me at that time, he's like, why don't you look back at culinary school? You know, you thought about it, like, you know, if not now, when? You're still so young. Like, a lot of our friends were kind of in grad school. Like, this is the time. I toured culinary school, and I knew right there.
Wow.
The minute we toured the campus, I said, I signed up that day. I said, this is where I want to be. I felt excited by it. I was passionate about it. And that was it. And that was the beginning of not the end, but the beginning of this new chapter.
This huge, beautiful chapter
It was the
that
beginning of
is
this.
going to take you so far.
And that was it. And that was kind of my like refinding. So I'm like, and then it's so funny because that was the summer when the day in the life of like a private chef was blowing up, like Meredith Hayden, Wishbone Kitchen. And I love this style format a video where it's like you get to see the inner workings of like in the day-to-day life of someone in a job or in a career path or in a schooling path that like you never knew about. And so when I told people I was going to culinary school, my friends and family, they're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, make sure you take a lot of pictures and videos. Like, let us know what it's like. And I'm like, yeah, of course. So then I'm like, oh, maybe I should try that style video. And I'm like, I'm going to be a full-time student. I went 5 days a week for 4 hours a day. I'm like, I'll do it maybe once or twice a week. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I can film, how it's going to work. And I do it the first day. And I take this video and I edit it, put it together. It does better than any other video I've posted. And mind you, at the time I had like 1,000, maybe 2,000 followers. And again, mostly family and friends who were just supporting my cooking account. And it does a little better than the other videos. I do it a second day, even more views. I do it the third day. We went viral. Like, holy crap, we're going viral. Like, we're getting a lot of people. But that one thing that got me to keep doing it every day, and really not to sound selfless when I say this, because obviously it was incredible gaining an audience and getting attention when I had been trying to grow on social media, but not finding my voice. But what really got me were these messages from people like, I've always wanted to go to culinary school and you're inspiring me.
Yes.
Or, I live across the world and that's always been a dream of mine. And watching you do it is inspiring me to chase another dream of mine. And those messages just started growing every day. And then I'm getting messages from audiences in India, in London, in China that are reaching out, that are watching me.
I love that.
Then 2 months into school, I'm in the bathroom getting changed. And a girl comes up to me and she's like, I have to let you know, I came here because of you.
Oh my God.
She was like, I'm on the spectrum. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to handle culinary school, but being able to see what the day-to-day was like, what the tasks were, you gave me the confidence to follow a dream that I've always wanted to do. And so in large, it just became a message that was bigger than anyone else. It was a message of resilience, of chasing your dreams, of following. I have chills. I'm like getting emotional. But it's so true. I'll never forget these moments, like meeting these people and continuing to meet people even to this day that like message me and tell me that they went to culinary school because of that. And just like being able to take people on that journey. So long story short, anyone who knows me now knows that I did not vlog 1 or 2 days a week. I made it my mission. I vlogged every single day of culinary school.
Yeah.
Every single day I went in, and it was because I had a larger mission at hand. It wasn't just for me. That wasn't enough of a motivator. Although I have self-motivation, but it was because I'm doing this for everybody. Everybody's taking me along. And that's when I found, it's so cheesy because my culinary school's like motto or like tagline is find your culinary voice. But that's what I did when I was there. I found my culinary voice. It was in sharing my story on social media and my journey through culinary school that I found my joy of storytelling, of educating, of entertaining, and being authentic and doing it in a fun way. And that's kind of like I said, it brings us back to the beginning of our conversation. Like those are still my pillars today of where I share and where my voice comes from. But that's what helped me find my niche. That's what helped me found my community, my audience. The people that kind of like align with me are people that kind of can align and resonate with this story and this message. And that was that. So yeah, that was a long-winded answer to your question.
No, that's great.
That was my kind of like peak and how I dug out of it.
You don't need a script ever. Like you just riff and I will let you talk forever.
You know what people don't talk about in our world when we become, influencers or do the content creation is people see the comments, yes, that are positive and incredible, and you might see people reposting our stuff. What we don't talk about, because maybe it feels a little too self-indulgent, self-serving, is what moves us the most often are the messages we get on the back end that nobody ever sees.
Yeah.
Like for us, it's all, parents that were tired and feeling like they could give up. LGBT, with the mission that you've done with your podcast for serving the LGBTQ community and their families. It's like, yes,
100.
people see what's going on in your feed, but most people don't see the messages you're getting on the back end or the ones that I'm getting and the ones that you're getting.
They're the
And
fuel.
They're the fuel.
those messages are the fuel for why we're going to hit record again.
Yeah.
That's why you
And
continue to
that's
show
really
up.
incredible.
That's why you continue to show up. And again, there are plenty of people who probably do it maybe for the right or wrong reasons. You don't know. Not everyone's the same. But for me, like that's the biggest thing. Like, or when I meet like someone who loves cooking and is younger, or someone who went to my culinary school and wants to ask me for advice or inspiration, like these are the people I do it for. Like that, it's just incredible. And I feel so lucky and I feel so fortunate. And that's why I love when I'm around, whether it's New York City where it happens all the time because there's a lot of my following base is from New York. But I mean, I've traveled the world. I was just in Whistler and Vancouver in Canada, and like people recognize me at the markets there. I've been in Croatia, in Italy, in Japan, like random people who stop me, and like it's the first of all the coolest thing in the world. I'm like, how am I like in Dubrovnik and like you follow me, or like in a like a small town in Croatia? I was with my boyfriend's family. Like this is crazy, but to me, it's like the power of how interconnected the world is. But I never take it for granted. Every single time someone stops me, I think I'm almost like, I surprise them because I'm like more excited possibly than them, depending on the situation. I'm like, oh my gosh, thanks for following me. I wouldn't be able
to take a picture.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you want to take a picture? I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it weren't for you. So thank you so much for following along. Thank you for being a part. This actually was so funny. This happened a few weeks ago. I was like walking home. I was on the phone and like some woman stops me. She's like, oh my God, I like can't believe I'm seeing you. Like my friends and I love you. We just made your recipe last week. Can I take a picture with you? So I'm taking a picture with her. And then while we're taking a picture, someone else is walking down the street. She's like, oh my God, I love you too. I just made your recipe the other day. Like, can I get a picture? Like, it was just like a snowball effect, but it's so fun. And I like, to me, I'm genuinely so excited because I'm like, again, I wouldn't be able to do it if it weren't for you guys.
It's about that gratitude.
And
Exactly.
it comes through with you. It really does. It just shines right through. My cheeks hurt. I am smiling so much. I love you. You're just a ray of light.
I love you guys too. We have like a good vibe.
What's something that, I think your answer to this would be about how you're inspiring other people, but I want to hear what you are most proud of. Like, what's a moment where you're like be a little bit selfish and self-serving for a minute.
Okay.
Something where you're like, I did that.
I feel like historically I used to say like that moment I won guys grocery games because that was like insane and I didn't expect it. That was when I was like, I told you I was like my demure high school era where I was
your
like,
sophomore year.
Yeah, I was like very like more like reeled it back
Holding
in.
it in.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I won, I really didn't expect to win. But I would say more recently, I think, it wasn't even like doing anything crazy, but it was like I was in a green room. I was at the Mohegan Sun Wine and Food Festival. And I'm like, throughout this industry, I've been so lucky to have so many opportunities and doing different things. And I love doing live demos. And I was just like in this green room with all these Food Network chefs and people that I've like, and this was recently, just in January again, like that I've respected and I watched and I like looked up to all these years. And just to like be in the same green room with them and just be kind of like at this, like, obviously I don't want to say we're at the same level because we're not. And they've like are incredible and such like mentors that I still aspire to kind of follow in their footsteps in. But like for that moment, even just for a minute, just being in the same room and feeling like we're at the same level for a second, like we're in the same place here. And it's something that like I know that as a child who watched these people on TV would have dreamed to have been in this room or like been in that opportunity. It was just surreal.
It was
to
a
me,
moment,
like that was a moment where I'm like, little Alessandra would do anything to like be in this room. And like now I'm here and I'm so grateful and just like being present in that moment. You know what I mean? Like taking enough to like, I know a lot of times we're like running around doing one thing to another, but taking a moment to be like, you did this. All the things that you said you wanted to do, you've done. You're on this stage. You're taking this group picture with like these incredible, like renowned chefs and cookbook authors and TV hosts, and you're standing next to them.
Do you ever feel,
I thought you were going to say being on Love Take Two, but that's cool too.
Well, I'm also here. No, I'm here on Love Take Two too. That too.
do you ever get a sense that they feel threatened by you? Like some of the older cats? Because I've been in a room where I think back in the day, nobody talked to each other. Like, let me just say the wedding industry. The adults of the wedding industry initially, they never talked to each other when they were competitors. But now our generation of people are much more like, hey, let's support each other.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not getting that from the adults of the industry.
What I will say is that regardless of any industry, there's going to be people that are like that and that are not.
Yeah.
And like, that's just like the facts of the world, that there are people who are like more positive than negative. Like, that's just the facts of it. What I will say is though, I find that in general, the culinary world is a little bit more kind.
Yes.
I just think that there's one of my favorite quotes from Anthony Bourdain, and I quote it all the time, is just like, he said something along the lines of like, I like to believe that anyone who is in the culinary industry is on the side of the angels. Like if you're cooking food, nourishing people, like this is something that people need to live. Even if you're a shitty person, like you're still making food that provides nourishment for someone. You're a good person. You're on the side of the angels. And so I think that in general, I've found that a lot of people, specifically in the niche of food, are just a little bit more I don't know, kind-hearted and open-minded
Yes.
and like want to help. And I would say that like a lot more from like the older chefs, I think if anything, they want to learn from me. And that's like a crazy moment for me too. I'm like, what do you want to learn from me? But they want to learn how to like share on social media and
Right.
build an audience or how to film videos. And so they've been so kind and grateful. Like one of my favorite like up and coming chefs, or I mean, she's not even up and coming. She's like a badass now, is like Aisha, the chef owner of Shuket and Shuka, and she's like a badass on Tournament of Champions and all these shows on Food Networks. And she is absolutely so kind, so incredible, hardworking. She hustles. She has like, if you guys have ever been to Shuket or Shuka, you guys have to go. It's like an incredible Middle Eastern restaurant, like in New York City, amazing. But you know, now she's growing on TV and like growing her presence, but she's still so kind and so supportive. And she like, when I was announced on Food Network's Hot List, like reposted it on her story and like just so sweet, so thoughtful. Like, and those are like, you know, we all celebrate to win. I always say like, these are my coworkers, not my competitors.
Yes.
You know, we come up together. Everyone has a different niche, a different voice, whether it's what they're cooking, what they're sharing on social media. There's no point in making it competitive. There's enough to go around for everyone.
I love you.
That's
I
great.
can't see anybody seeing you as a threat either. Like there's a vibe that you put off that feels like what you just said to
Just
me.
kind and welcoming.
Yes.
And
I'm so happy
I
you
could
register
never
that.
see you as a threat.
that's-
Like I said, I want to take you with me everywhere I go.
I joke around. I call myself a cupcake. I'm like, when people see me, I'm like, I'm really like,
girl, I want to bring you to a funeral.
I
Girl,
know.
let's
You keep-
let's lift
I just-
up everybody's
I lift
up
spirits.
the spirit.
I feel
Let's
like
go.
I'm not really an intimidating person either. I feel like it's so funny. I think some people are like that. Like I just like to, and I'm very proud of it. I love that feature of myself. I think I'm a very approachable person.
You are.
Like
You
I think
are.
like this makes me crack up, and I feel like this is always my like testament of like whether or not someone's approachable. Like, are you in a touristy spot and like do people come up and ask you to take the picture of them? Because that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Like whether like no matter
to
where
me
I am,
too,
like if I'm in a
actually.
touristy spot,
Yeah.
like I think people can just kind of tell from my energy, even when I'm just standing there like not speaking, that I'm like a safe person. You could give me your phone, I won't steal it. Like I'll take the picture for you.
Oh,
Like
but those are the worst kinds. Those are the ones that are taking your stuff.
I know,
Like,
but luckily,
just unassuming,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh my God.
but luckily, if you ever see me in public, this goes to like the people too. Like you can 100% ask me to take a picture of you, and I will take.
Yes.
I actually love taking
Yes.
pictures too. So I'm like, I get all the angles. I'm like
Yeah.
up, down, like
You do
wide
a
lens.
good job. You
Yeah, I
not
do
only
a good
do you take the
job.
picture, you do a good
Yeah,
job.
I do a good
too,
job.
Alessandra.
But I always like to say that the trustworthy thing. I'm like, I'm a cupcake. I'm like, I'm not
You're
gonna
a
steal your phone.
cupcake. You're a sweetie. I just absolutely adore you. Like the song, your theme song in my head, the song has been going through my head this whole time. You gotta accentuate the positive. You know that song?
No, I don't, but I love this. Maybe this is gonna be my new anthem.
Eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. It's like from the
Well,
40s.
Hello, also singer. What is this?
What
Like,
year?
Oh,
are
I'm
you
a singer.
Yeah,
Ah,
she's a-
musical theater.
Love
I know. We didn't
Oh, I
even get
didn't know
into that.
Oh
We
my
didn't
God,
even
that's
get
why you
into
were like when
that.
I was like my Roxy Hard Chicago moment. You're like, I'm here for this. Wait, guys, take two. We're gonna need a take three, and then it's actually gonna be the production. We're like,
We'll
start
be in
kicking,
Chicago
we start-
together. You can be Velma. I'll be Roxy. Let's
Oh,
go. Actually,
my
you're kind of
gosh,
a Roxy
wait.
too, but there's
I'll be
no
in the
conflict.
We could do. Well, no, because I think Velma's like has more of a singing lead, so I'm gonna let you take the lead in the singing. Wait, this is amazing. I'm getting plans. I'm getting ideas. I'm
We have
excited.
it. Yeah, but go listen to that song. That is your song. What's something that little Alessandra would be shocked to see? Like if she had a glimpse into who you are now, what's something that would shock little Alessandra in a good way or a bad way or any way?
I think little Alessandra would be so proud to see that she achieved everything that she's wanted to and like continue striving for it, but in a good way. That she's still a good person. And like we were just saying, like that she's someone who will take that picture for someone she doesn't know, who will be so kind and humble when a stranger stops her to thank her for her work. And, you know, she takes that moment to speak with them and learn their name and see where they're about, like see where they're from. I think she would be so proud that like I was able to do everything I wanted, but in a way that lifts up people while doing it and didn't bring anyone down along the way and just kind of stayed true to who I was and, you know, really thinks about bringing everyone up with her while she does it. I think that's that moment that
I
would
love
make her
that.
so proud.
No.
I feel like from the outside looking in, I'd be like, just shocked that nobody killed that spirit of little Alessandra.
I mean, people tried,
Right?
but I was ruthless.
Yeah.
But that's what it is
you.
too. Like, I say that because, sometimes those people at the top had to knock people out to get to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel really proud that for me, in my specific instance, there's room on the top for all of us, is my kind of the way that I've seen it. I've never seen it as like, I need to knock out the competition. I think it's a toxic way. And I think it's funny because social media in particular, I think maybe tries to do that to us. You get a lot of things on your feed and like algorithms that maybe like play into your emotions. And so maybe they're trying to like,
or someone will tag someone else that's in your field.
exactly, they tag you in your fields. And I think that social media as a whole, like in the industry, can sometimes like try to pit people against each other and like kind of make these like fill these negative kind of spaces where like the world's of comparisons,
Yeah.
in general. And that I think that's for users and creators of media on social media.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my life doesn't look like them, or why aren't I working so hard? Why aren't I getting enough videos out? Why aren't I like getting the same numbers? Why? But you know what? When you strip that all back and you just kind of focus on yourself and you can see, like for me, like when I comment on my peers' posts, like it's so genuine. It's not just like checking a box, like, oh, I need to comment onto it. Like I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe that there's enough room on the top for everyone. And again, life works in different ways, but I truly believe that the more you kind of have this open spirit where you like celebrate other people's wins, it just opens the door for your opportunities and better things to come for you. So yeah, it's funny because I think that to me is the most important thing, because it's maybe something that's not available in every other industry. Like I was alluding to before, like in finance, like I have a friend who was telling us that we were talking about someone who became the CEO of a company, but it's like to get there, he had to knock a lot of people out of his way to get there.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel grateful that to get to where I've gotten in my career and where I want to continue to grow, I don't foresee I'm not taking someone's spot.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't have to fall so that I could stand. We can all go up together. We can all get in this elevator and click the button and get up there together. And then when we get up there, it's not a small podium. It's a giant stage that we all have space for.
Amen.
Do you know what I mean?
Amen.
I'm sorry. Like everyone has their moment of shining, but I don't think it ever needs to be like one person at the top. I think we can rotate that and just celebrate each other's wins. And maybe
And
I just live in a world of sunshine and rainbows and a
You
little bit of
stay
delusion.
in that world,
but I want to stay
We
here.
need you in that world. Stay in this world because it's so refreshing.
It is.
And remember to savor the moments. That's what I'm taking from you. Savor the good
Savor the
times. Savor the
moments.
good times. And you're really good at doing that too.
I
You're
try.
helping me savor all the moments
It's
too.
like taking that moment, like I said, to pause.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. Like my biggest thing that I always tell people, like in my industry that are creators, that we face a lot of burnout, or like, and anyone in any industry, just give yourself grace.
Yes.
Like that's at the end of the day. And like we were saying this before too, like good days, bad days, like you just have to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
That's like the best advice I tell everybody is like, give yourself space, give yourself grace.
Yeah.
It'll all work out.
I'm taking all your words to heart this whole week. I'm just going to keep hearing Alessandra in my head.
Stuffed crust pizza.
Take two.
Take two?
Yeah, I'm not like a hater.
With
I've
what?
never had it.
Mozzarella, or like what would you stuff?
Yeah,
the-
well, I
the-
love mozzarella because you want like the stringiness. You just want something that's gonna have that like
Stretch.
Yeah.
I've
okay.
actually never had
It's the
that.
drama.
Interesting.
It's all about the drama.
It was big like in the 90s. They would do that, and then it's like I'm wondering if it's gonna make a comeback.
I remember
two.
at home pizza days when I was like a kid, we used to love trying to do that.
Yeah.
And like although always think you don't put enough. Sometimes you don't even like it like kind of melts in.
Right,
well, like
right.
because if you don't seal it well enough, then it kind of like seeps into the main thing. But no, I'm not a hater. I'm here for it.
Okay,
Okay.
cooking
Take two.
tips from Alessandra. Okay, I like that. Chefs on social media omitting ingredients when they share the recipe.
Oh, take it down.
Take it down, right? I know you wouldn't do that.
You know-
I feel like chefs
Wait, why
do
would
that.
they do that? They're like
I
take
don't know.
out-
I
Because they're like,
feel
oh,
like
it's my
they do.
secret ingredient.
Oh,
like
oh,
that's
oh.
Like, and I'll be like watching the video and I see them put something in, but it's not listed in the ingredients. I'm like, what is that? What did you put in?
no.
Because mine's not going to taste like yours.
Take it down. I just feel like, listen, in the end of the day, I always say this too, like that's like a big important, and believe you me, it takes a lot of extra time to kind of write out the recipe,
Yes.
write out a blog post, get it all together. But I always do it because I want to share the recipe. But I always tell people in the videos and the captions, like, I don't withhold ingredients, but you have to measure with your heart sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Like there is an aspect to it that like,
That's the Italian in you.
Add the heart.
that's the only thing that I will say. I always give the full recipe, but sometimes there is a certain level of cooking that comes intuitively.
Yeah.
You gotta taste it. But also because everybody has their own tastes. This is the most
Truth.
important thing. Everyone's taste buds are different.
Yeah.
So what tastes salty to me might not be salty to you or things like that. So you got to taste it and adjust it. But you got to give there's no
Measure
secrets.
with your heart. I
No,
love
there's no
that.
secrets. I give the full recipe, but it's up to you to kind of tweak it to where you want it.
Pop rocks.
Oh, take two. I love Pop Rocks. I also love being at like a fancy restaurant and they put a little Pop Rock in the dessert.
Yeah.
Or
yes.
sometimes I've seen like places play with like savory. Like it doesn't always have to be sweet. Oh no. I'm like a candy person. I love sour candy. I love Pop Rocks. So.
You are a pop rock. Like that is your spirit candy. QR code menus.
Ooh.
I'm going to be honest. This is controversial because I'm like a media person. Take it down. I want a menu. I want a physical menu.
Hold it in
I
my
want to
hand.
hold it in my
We're
hand.
in agreement.
Also, this might be like annoying. I want the menu the whole dinner. I love asking to keep the
Yes.
menu like on the seat next to me or on the table next to me because I love, yes. And of course you can take a picture and refer back on your phone, but I love referring back to
I
it.
don't like to read on my phone.
I love while I'm eating the course being like, oh, like it's almost like a test for me. It's like taking a quiz. Like I like remember when I ordered it, like it had these flavors in it, but if there's something I forgot, I could go back and see like what was in there.
I also always say, no, let's leave a menu on the table.
Interesting. I always give in and I'm like, yeah, okay, you can take it, but I want to
You
keep
ask,
it.
you can ask for it back,
I can,
of course,
you're
too.
right.
Like, it depends on the table. Like sometimes there's really no space, so like I'll get it back. But no, I love a paper menu. It's just like instead we're on our phones all the time.
All
Like
the
I just want to be
True.
present.
Before we go,
100%.
Wait, I have one more for you guys. Sorry,
Okay.
it just, like,
yeah.
came to
Yes.
me
let's do it.
because like I feel like this is a good one.
yeah.
Okay.
Short menus or long menus,
Oh.
like
Like a diner menu.
menus.
I can't with
Oh.
those. It's too much for me. It's
I
too
need a
much.
short
Take
menu.
it down. I need a
So
short
you
menu.
guys, because
So
I
you were
agree
speaking,
too.
you were speaking to a wedding planner. I'm like, oh, do you mean a long menu or
Yeah.
like?
No, I mean
For the-
no,
no, I mean
diner
like
menus
having
are
like
too much.
200 menu
No.
options
One
or
page
like
menu.
One
Four.
pa-
If
one-
you could
yeah.
flip it over,
Okay.
that's fine.
Short menu. I'm all about
Okay,
the short menu.
I'm glad we're aligned.
Yes.
It came to me
Yeah.
while we were asking. I'm like, I
But
feel like that's a good one.
details, I want the details, but I can't have like a million dishes. That's why I hate diners.
I know,
There's too
diner-
much.
Well, I think diners are the exception. I
I
think
agree.
you can't go to a diner and not get
I'm not a
that
diner
crazy
fan.
menu. But anywhere else, it should be a one page.
I agree because it's funny. I only feel that way because I feel like a diner wears many hats. Like sometimes you go to the diner and you're like, it's just breakfast time.
Yeah.
Then you go to the diner, you're like, I want a burger. My family like knows that like obviously I love food and I'm very lucky. My whole family loves food too. But like we take menu ordering like very serious.
My friend
I'm
Susan
like,
does too.
This is like it's like we spend our time like we're like very focused on like okay what are we gonna get? We
Yeah.
need to get the best dishes that this menu has to
So
offer.
funny.
Obviously, well if we need to, we'll come back and all that. But like we joke around. Our saying is that we're like this is like a negotiation.
Yeah.
It's a contract.
Oh my
It's a
God.
contract between us and the waitress. It's a contract between us and the kitchen. The waitress is our attorney. Wait, this is like really crazy. This is crazy. I'm letting you guys in on like one of my weird like
Oh
things
my
that we do. But we joke around and we say that when we order at a restaurant, it's a contract between us and the kitchen. Our waitress is the litigator in the middle. So I'm like, so tell me about this dish. Like, do you think we need 2 dishes? Do we need 3 dishes? Like, how many do we like? We negotiate. We're like, where do we need to land on
Yeah.
this deal?
Yeah.
And
Oh my God, I love you right now.
favorite kind of attorney waitress this cracking up because I just went on a trip where we had a lot of good food and we were doing this a lot. I love when the waitress is like, I understand you. I let me guide you. Like, get this, that, and like you could just tell when they like understand the assignment. They
Yes.
understand you,
They get it.
and they get it, and they just like take off. And I'm like, I trust you
trust
with
you.
like my entire life. Please order. And
I've
those meals
signed
are
the
always
contract.
those meals always end up being like 10 out of 10. I was like,
love
I
that.
signed.
Before we go, I
Yes.
do just want to say, I think from looking on social media, it appears that your grandfather is about to turn 100.
Yes, you are correct. He will be turning 100 mid-May.
Oh my gosh, because I remember seeing the festivities from last year. So we want to wish your grandfather a very happy
100.
100.
Thank
Because I think
you.
by the time this airs, he'll be 100.
Thank you. That's so special. Cent'anni. In Italian, we say
birthday to
cent'anni,
you.
which means like to 100 years. It's actually funny because we do that for every birthday where you like,
Yeah.
so you do like, oh, like happy birthday, cent'anni, like may you live to 100 years. So all of a sudden, a few years ago, my nonna goes, we got to stop saying that. He goes, why you guys cutting me off at 100 years? Because I have more life to live. He goes, do it, cent'anni.
Yay.
So
Well,
he
let's
goes,
do it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Do it,
Cent'anni.
We can't cap ourselves at 100.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, folks, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And make sure you're following us, subscribing, and liking on all of the social media.
Write us a little review, rate it, do all the things, and make sure to follow us.
Yes, it's at
Love Take Two Pod. That's Love Take Two Pod. Do all the things. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.